Let me check and make sure that we're all up and running here. Apparently now we are. Lovely. This is a lovely state of affairs that we got going on here right now. If it'll just pop up for me. Lovely. There. Okay. We got it. We got it. We're running. We're moving. We're grooving. We're all doing that shizzle dizzle, if you will. Greetings and salutations to you all. Once again, it is me, the Ravenous Spectre, and this is the remaster for Final Fantasy 12. I was actually going to stream this yesterday, as a matter of fact, but given the fact that it takes a little bit of a while to get through, like the beginning sections and all that, I thought, well, it might be a little bit boring, so maybe I'll just go ahead and let it go. I'll just go on a little into the future with the game first before I go and end up streaming it. And surely enough, that's what I've done here today. That's the reason for me waiting a little while. I got through a few bosses already, got through a few other sections, so on and so forth. I have 4 party members right now. Well, actually not 4. One of them is just a guest. But honestly, I can say I think I'm actually enjoying this version better than I am the PS2 version. And the reason for that is, well, all the extra features that they ended up adding into the game. And not only that, there's a it seems to me like the game is a little bit, just from my perspective, so far a little bit easier than what it was on the PS2 version, which I'm all for. Seems to me like the enemies are a little easier, and the bosses that I've come across are just a little easier. I don't know what's going to happen with that in the future, but from what I've experienced so far, I actually seem to be enjoying it and seem to be liking it. But the thing is that I don't really know if it may be the fact that they are easier. I'm hoping that they are, but then again, it also boils down to maybe maybe I know how to actually play this game now than what I did. What was it, back in 2000 or something, when this game first came out? I believe it was. I'm actually trying to find where there's a monster hunt around here, because I know that I ended up getting one earlier. Oh, here we go. Oh, these little bastards. They're just a moving and a grooving. Look at it there, mocking us with its friggin' flower head BS. Oh, so it's in a labyrinth. Well, I'm not going to be going any labyrinth anytime soon, at least I don't plan to. I know I'll probably end up being there when I'm moseying on with the story, though. And as you can see, the things that's going on here, you see how I'm moving faster? Because they ended up adding in like a faster motion that your characters can run in now. There's like 2 times the speed, which is what I'm in right now, which works for me just fine. It works for me in a sense that I can move a little faster through the game, I can get through battles a little bit faster, but 4 times the speed is absolutely insane. Let me just go ahead and show you what 4 times the speed is here. And you activate it by pressing the L1 or L2 button, something like that. But just watch what happens here. You see how fast that is? Can you imagine trying to traverse the landscape? I mean, traversing the landscape is one thing. Going through it and, you know, grinding out levels, grinding through enemies, getting XP, and getting across large landscapes is obvious for that type of speed. But just getting around smaller areas and trying to fight monsters is a little bit of a hassle. It definitely is a hassle for me. So I have to turn it down to 2 times the speed. And the thing that kind of gets to me is I wish that it would just do it where you can just switch back and forth on the fly like that while you're in the game. But no, you have to actually go to the options to pick what type of speed multiplier you want. Which I was like, I wish I could. I mean, because honestly, how hard would it be for you just to press the L1 button 1 extra time just to go up to the extra speed? I don't know why that is, or why that is like that, but whatever. Square Enix did it, so be it. But yeah, I'm actually really getting into this more so than I had previously, so we'll see how the gameplay goes onward into the future as I get more into it. And the visuals in this aren't really, I mean, they're okay, they're fine. I mean, yeah, the character models, you got sharper textures and details and character models and things like that, which is all well and good. But some of the backgrounds can be a little you know, like it does look like it's from the PS2 era for sure. But anyways, let's go ahead and boogie on out of here and head to where we're going to head to. I just need to get a monster hunt there for future reference and start the stream up and give a little talky talk. And another thing that's good about this is autosaves. Autosaves is something that I'm glad that this game has without a shadow of a doubt, because to me that was kind of something that was probably lacking in the other game, which it isn't. I think back then it really wasn't common to have autosaves in Final Fantasy. Well, not Final Fantasy, but just games in general. I think there was a few games that had autosaves in them, but it wasn't as common as it is today. So this is something that I'm glad that they have. I'm definitely glad that they have it in Final Fantasy 12, because it seems like every new area that you go to will always end up auto-saving, which I'm so happy for. And I always manually save as well, so I just don't rely on the auto-save just to get me through. I also manually save also, so you know. I've always been that type of person. I was like, you know what? I don't care if a game auto-saves like crazy. I want to be able to manually save so that I can make sure that I'm taking down a footprint, if you will, about how I'm going to play my game and know exactly where I had left off before. Because sometimes autosaves can put you in a bind. Like especially in RPGs, with say if you want to go back and level up and you come across this hard boss or something that you can't beat and you want to go back and level up, sometimes you can't. And luckily I haven't had that problem or nothing like that. So autosaves are great, but it's always good to manually save as well.
I'd avoid crowds if I were you. In this town you're still a traitor, you know.
The Resistance will surely find me soon. Fate's will, we meet again. I would pay my respects to your brother.
You're a fugitive now too. Stay low for a while.
What about the stone?
Do as you like. That stone's ill-favored.
We feel regret. We sought that stone and found ourselves only worry.
You offering it?
It's mine.
Then why'd you ask? Our regards to your girl.
We stay in Rabanastre a while.
What do you think? Can I trust Bosch? I gotta get rid of this thing. But maybe I should show it to Penelo first, so she knows I got something. She'd be at Miguel's place this time of day.
One of the other cool things, I think, is the license board that they have. I think back on the PS2, in the PS2 era title, they had where you could go all over the license board, I believe, with all your characters, almost like, kind of like how it was with the Sphere Grid in Final Fantasy X. And I think if they ever ended up making another iteration of Final Fantasy X, they may end up doing the exact same thing that they've done with this one. I don't know why it's telling me only microphone audio is being broadcast. I don't know why it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't. I guess Square Enix put the game where if you're going to stream it, they want to have where it's not showing any of the saves, which makes perfect sense to me, so that it doesn't spoil anything. That makes a lot of sense. But then again, how can you necessarily be spoiling it by just looking at words on the screen? Because if you never played the game before, you don't know. And if you have played the game before, then what's it matter? You know, it's like if you beat it, then you know. If you haven't, then you don't know. So I don't know. I can understand if it was showing scenes or something, but which is weird because if they're going to broadcast all the game scenes like this as you're playing through the game, then why not show the saves? That doesn't make any sense to me. You think it'd be more of a detriment to show the gameplay itself? Alright, where exactly am I going here? But yeah, as I was speaking of before, the whole gambit system deal. I really like how they've... I guess I just have to see how it really flows for me, but they have where when you have your party members, you lock into a specific license board. Now, I don't know if something will happen where you go ahead and max out the license board and then go to another one. I don't know if that will occur or will happen.
Vaughn, is it really you? I heard you got took off to Nalbina.
The Imperials need more than a dungeon to stop me.
You broke out of a dungeon? Whoa.
Whoa!
Hey, try and keep it down, would you? Penelo isn't around, is she? Out on a delivery, maybe?
Nope, haven't seen her all day. Not like her to up and skip out on work like that. Miguelo's not here either. He went running off somewhere a little while ago.
So much for my big welcome. I guess everybody's busy.
I got my hands full watching the shop, and old Dallin had something for me to do, but I can't get away.
Old Dallin, huh? Tell you what, I'll go see him for you.
Really?
Well, nothing better to do.
Peachy keen. But anyways, as I was speaking of about the license board before, it's interesting to me how it kind of would lock you into one specific board. I'm not necessarily sure if you can max one out completely and then go to another one. I don't know if that's a thing that can happen, but it kind of helps because it really just shoehorns you into one specific thing, so you don't go all over the place. Like, for example, I've got Vaughn here as a monk. I'm gonna have him be the monk class. I've got let's see, who else do I have? I've got Balthier as a machinist, which I think kind of makes sense, honestly, considering he starts out using a gun, but then again, you can have your characters be whatever you want them to be. You can have them work out however you want them to work out. But I'm trying to have as good of a balance as I can. So Vaughn is a monk. I'm going to have Penelo as a white mage. I'm going to have Fran as a black mage. I'm having Balthier as a machinist. I'm going to have Bosch as just a freaking, like, I think it's called a foe breaker or something. They wield real heavy weapons and just, like, beat the shit out of other enemies. And Ash, because I know Lady Ash, or as she's going by her name in here, what is it? Alania, Milana, I don't know, freaking know what her name is. I forgot. Some code name or something that she's using. I don't know exactly what I'm going to have her be just yet, but I've kind of got it down pat with what I want to do with the others. Let's see here. What we got with well, I guess I don't have any. And that's another thing. I guess that's one thing that I kind of really didn't like about the license board system in this version and in the PS2 version, was the fact that you had to actually unlock what type of weapons and armor items and things that you were going to use, and it was like specifically for your class. And I was like, dang, man, I was just like, why can't I just have a thing unlocked where it automatically puts me into a category of the type of weapons and armors and things that I was going to use? I would like it much more if the tiles that you unlock with the license board system to just go ahead and be where you unlock powers and special abilities and other things like that. The license board system may actually be a little bit smaller, but I think it would be better, you know. And actually, open up more opportunities to feel like you're being more powerful instead of just, oh, here I am, I unlock these, you know, new sets of armor and new sets of weapons or whatever. Just go ahead and put me in that specific class. And that guy has ran by three or four times already back there in the background. I just noticed that. Looping animation effect. I reckon he's going crazy. Let's see if there was anything new that I had unlocked previously. No, I guess not. Not with just Vaughn being in the party right now. Bosch has gone who knows where, and then we got Fran and Balthier somewhere else in the daggum city. You'll probably see me do it. Well, I shouldn't really. There we go. There, I forgot about that. Let's go ahead and throw the map up on the screen. That works for me, especially it being in a safe area like this, and I know where I'm at. It can, yeah, I know. Looking at it, it's like, oh my gosh, you don't want to look at that the entire time. But actually, no, that's not the case. I just use it for navigational purposes. That's all. It's better than having to press this and go to it all the time. Press the touchpad. Oh, there's another one here. Oh, he's up there at the Undercity thingy. Okay. I remember back when I first played this on PS2, obviously I wanted to try to explore everything I possibly could. And I swear, dude, I was like, I don't understand why it is that I went and talked to like every single freaking person all the time, and it was just, I just felt like I was wasting time. Because I mean, yeah, they would have some different things to say, but overall it seems like it'd be kind of the same deal every time. It's not like I was getting anything extra out of it or nothing like that. Alright, well that's good. I snatched that up, but I'm not going to be doing that at the moment. Not going to be doing that at the moment until I get the rest of my party in, because that would be stupid for me just to do that on my own, and plus, hopefully I would be up to par in terms of leveling. What is this dude doing over here? Is this a glitch or something, or is he meaning to stand up there? Are you going to hang yourself, guy? Goodbye, cruel world. Okay. Straight down the middle. More than likely that's where it should put me. Down at the down here. Old darling. I don't understand why it is they don't show you exactly where certain things. It's weird too, because like the hunts that you'll go on, the hunts will go and show where you're it won't mark it, like say if it were to just pop up on the mini map, if I were to throw this up on the screen, it's not like it would show it on there. You'd have to actually go to the hunt of the monster that you were going to be hunting and look on there and see where it's located, and then go to that location that you see marked on the map that is on the hunt list that you would look at in the options menu. It's not just posted on your regular map, but other areas that you have to go to in terms of the story show up on your map, like specific areas you're supposed to go to. But then again, you also got it here where it's not even showing me where this guy is. I know where I'm supposed to go to, but it's not showing me the guy that I'm supposed to go to. So it's weird. It's like some areas they'll show you where to go to and other ones they won't. Especially when it boils down to the hunts. You know, just having it be up on the map. You have to actually go and look at the map on the hunt screen to find out specifically where you're supposed to go to on that map. Thoughts so far on FF12 HD? Honestly, I'm really liking it. I'm liking it better than the PS2 version. It seems to me like it's a little bit more easier to get into for me. Either that or it feels like I know how to play it now better than I did previously. If they had a Pinello Play Arts figure, that'd be funny, but those Play Arts figures are expensive as balls.
Well, well, look who we have here. Heard you were sent off to Nalpina.
And I got out of there as fast as I could. But it was all worth it down. Here, look at this.
My, quite a treasure you've got there.
Well, you know, I couldn't have done it without your help.
So, there is more to this gutter churl than first meets the eye. One, I've an errand, a simple favor to beg of you. I was going to ask that kites to go, but I should think that you ought to do. No, I think you're just the one. There's a fellow by the name of Azalas, and I need you to bring this sword to him.
That's a sword of the old order.
Speak my name when you arrive. That should be enough to get you in to see him. I've made a note on your map showing you where he can be found. Mind you, you are to deliver the sword to him personally.
I will. Hey, Dal, do you think I could get you to do something for me? I need you to find out where Penelo is. I wanted to show her what I got from the palace, but I haven't been able to find her anywhere. Can you let me know if you hear anything?
You can just leave that to me.
Thanks, Dallin.
And so it is done. But will it be enough to remind him of what the Order once meant?
Sword of the Order. Alrighty. Onward to adventure, so to speak. But yeah, another thing is, I don't understand why they didn't offer a brightness feature in the game. I mean, the brightness doesn't bother me or anything, but I can handle it and whatnot, but I would like it to be just a tad brighter just to knock out some of the darker spots. I know it doesn't have anything to do with my TV either, because there's been other games that I've dealt with dealing with my TV and my brightness is fine. Anytime I try to crank it up brighter, it just blurs out the color, it washes it out and all that. So I have it set where I believe it should be in terms of the TV itself, because even doing it on a regular, like on our cable box, just looking at TV shows and movies on that, even trying to brighten it up can do the exact same thing. Yay, I got a trophy.
Then what do you make of Andor's proclamation? Are you suggesting they fooled even the Marquis?
Traitor
What if a
redeemed.
judge killed the king, not the captain? That would explain everything, wouldn't it?
In that case, the captain would be brother to a judge. How are we to trust such a man?
Now there is the Bosch that I remember.
Then will you fight again at my side?
His word alone convinces me of nothing.
I'd take his word over that of a mouthpiece Marquis.
Then you name Rex liar with him.
My brother was no liar!
Just the opposite. Rex was the witness they needed. They had to make it appear as if I killed the king. Rex bears no blame. The fates have willed it.
So this is Rex's brother. Your words may convince a child such as this, but they weigh far too lightly on the scales for my taste. Our paths will remain separate.
Do you not think Amalia worth saving?
I hold men's lives in my hands. I must see foes in every shadow. The night we moved against Vayne, he knew. I will not chance such disadvantage again. I must treat you as I would Andor, as I would treat any abettor of the Empire.
Then what will you do? Hold me here in chains?
Nice.
Some things never change, do they?
Listen to me, Bosch. Your cage may have no bars, but it is a cage. The eyes of the Resistance watch unblinking.
Let them watch. I know something of cages.
Okay, that's kind of weird. They, Bosch.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
Amalia's in the Resistance.
Then you know her.
Sorta. We met just before we got sent to Nalbina. I've known nicer people.
Our paths keep crossing, yours and mine. It's more than coincidence.
It's annoying.
I'm sorry. Allow me one last annoyance, a favor to ask. I want you to take me to Balthier. Even caged birds need wings.
This makes us even.
Even?
For Nalbina. We couldn't have done it without you.
Sweet. Still not going on that hunt yet. The thing that was, it's kind of weird because obviously from what we know, Bosch didn't kill Vaughn's, he didn't kill Vaughn's brother. It was actually his twin brother, Bosch's twin brother, that had done it. And now that guy who was just talking to Bosch, it looked like he was actually a judge previously, or maybe he has a twin brother or something that's a judge, because they look kind of the same to me. Or maybe he's playing like he's one, but he's not really one. I don't really know. That was something. I'm like, what? I was like, it seemed to me like they would be enemies or something, because it seemed like Bosch was the one that was in the cage. The other dude that was sitting next to him was the one that was talking to him outside the cage, and who was actually a judge. So, I don't know, maybe I just got their visual details and their faces mixed up. Let's see. If I'm supposed to go tired and thirsty sky pirate, where would I be? The bar? Where else would you be? Would he be? Alright, he's down this way. Oh shit, wait a minute. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Let me turn that. I'm tired of doing that. I keep doing that out of habit.
A lot of kids lost their parents in the war. Mine had already died before that. The plague took them both.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's okay. It's been 5 years now. After that, I lived with my friend Pinello and her family. Then the war came.
I am sorry.
You don't have to keep apologizing. Really, it's all right. I know it wasn't your fault. I see that now. You didn't kill my brother. It was the Empire. My brother trusted you. And he was right.
I swear, dude, I feel like I'm almost to the point where I want to get a PS Pro because of the fact that I'm tired of the original PS4 when it's letting off heat out of the system. It sounds like a freaking 747, man. It's like it'll get... there was one time a few days ago, I thought the damn thing was going to explode. It seemed like it was getting so loud letting off heat with the fans. I'm like, man, that's probably one of the loudest I've ever heard.
A misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? What I am understanding is it took Pinello because of you.
What? What about Pinello?
Oh, Vaughn. They've taken Pinello. And there was a note for this Balthier. Come to the Museum of Mines, it said.
It's Begamnon. He was in Nalbina.
If anything were to happen to that sweet child while I have her parents' memory to consider, you're going to go to her aid, and that's that. That's what you Sky Pirates do, isn't it?
I don't respond well to orders. You do know that the Imperial fleet is massing at Bujaba?
Fine, then I'll go. You at least have an airship, don't you? Just get me there and I'll find Pinello myself.
I'll join you.
Huh?
I have some business there as well.
An audience with the Marquis, by chance?
Huh.
Balthier, just take us, and this is yours.
The guards are toying with us.
Make yourselves ready. We leave soon.
Right.
Imagine it's still by the west gate. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying before, with the whole situation with the PS4 Pro, I really feel like at some point, I mean, I know I had mentioned before in some of my previous videos where I was like, man, I'm not going to bother with it. I already have, Jesus, he has 207. I need to pick a class for him. I know I mentioned before in the past in some of my previous videos where I'm like, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm going to wait till the one that I have just dies. But knowing how it seems like at certain times, it's not an often thing, but at certain times it'll go and the system would just seems like it's letting off so much heat out of it. It sounds like it's going to just take off through the air like a jet. I've been waiting for it some days to just lift up off of our little entertainment center here and just take off through the air throughout the den area here and fly out through a window or something. Alright. Axes and hammers. That's what I was wanting him to be. Not a sword and shield. I might give that to Ash whenever she gets in my party, probably. Or maybe have her be a red battle mage. Sword master. I really do think him being a foe breaker would work properly. Well, it'll take some time to get his little license board thingy on track. Might as well do that since I have one of those, and do this since I probably have one of those. Fully consume user's MP. Charging one ally's HP to 10 times that amount. Holy shit balls. Yes, and the hammer's one. That'll work. Yep. Let's see here. Heavy armor 1 is unlocked. Heavy armor 2, I don't even think I've got anywhere near to having that yet. I'll go ahead and open up the second one. Shields 2. Sure, why not? Just so that'll be open. Yeah, that'll work. Whenever I get a shield. Increase strength when HP, that's 65. Increase match P to 70. 75. Sure, why the hell not? He's supposed to be a tank anyway, so why not just jack his HP up? 25. I won't even show that to me. What the piss? Insufficient. Oh, it's 30. That's why. Okay. 29. I'll open up no gambit thingy. Ah, shit. Okay. 29. There's nothing down there. 25. Still 30. Oh, what the hell? 5, 25. I'll probably end up coming across them again at some point. 29. Yeah, I may end up stumbling across them at some point through sometime sooner or later. Alright, Bosch. Time to optimize. Well, there's nothing to optimize. You bastard. It's got a mithril blade. Well, that ain't gonna work. Well, there's nothing to optimize. No. I have to give him one of these, at least. He's in max HP. Magic resist. Oh shit balls. I'm not thinking. That damn goddess magicite. That knocks my HP all the way down. Or my MP all the way. Dang, he's level 10? Well, I guess that would make sense to be able to have one that's a little bit stronger than the rest of the party. Lances and gambits and everything is all squared away. I need to look into... No, I don't need to look into his gambits. I already had it kind of set beforehand. Alright, over there. I have not been through this way. I'm gonna go ahead and look around here and check it out. Wait, I need to go check out the mage's stuff for Fran. See if they got any other ones available for her. That's white. Arcane time, white. Nothing. Really no sense in me buying anything if I don't have it yet. I'll be buying some white ones though once I get Penelo into the party, so she's the white mage. Okay, the heck was this stuff over here? Was this Gambits? I think it was, or the Technics. Oh, that's it. I don't ever bother with the Libra. I never bother with the Libra stuff. Honestly, there's been like a couple times throughout the Final Fantasy series that I've ever used it. Never really went back to dealing with it at any other point in time. I just feel like it's unless I'm in a battle or something that is taking way too long. That'd probably be the only time I would ever use it, so I can see exactly when the frickin' enemy I'm fighting is gonna die. But overall, nah. Just never really bother with it. It's just kind of one of those desperate things that I'll use from time to time. If I'm like, when is this thing gonna freaking die? Then I'll just throw that up to check it out, because I've done that a couple times with World of Final Fantasy, which I haven't beaten that yet, as a matter of fact. I don't know how far I am into that, but I haven't beaten it yet. I guess it was cool for what it is, but you know, it's cutesy wootsy pootsy and all that. But then again, it's kind of like, I guess it got a little bit repetitive for me, and I just really couldn't stand the fact of like, okay, yeah, I'm going, and it's weird because like there's other RPGs that are like the same way, but at the same time, I guess it just kind of got to me how it seemed like I was being carted from one place to the next, so on and so forth, and that was it. I wasn't really making, I was making progress, but it seemed like it was just a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff just thrown together, and from what I was experiencing, the story wasn't really that strong to me so far. I mean, I'll go back to it again and play it at some point, but overall I'm just like, not really caring about it right now. I haven't really played it much, I think, since near the beginning of this year, something like that, or the end of last year. Well, there is no type of treasure chests or treasure jars or bowls or bowls or whatever around here. I thought there would be. I'm not gonna run around yakking my jaws off to everybody either. looked at... Well, shit. If I would have looked at the map up top, I would have known where to go. Okay, now I'm just going to run to where I need to go to. The aerodrome area thingamabob. Which should be down this way. Installed! Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited update file. Well, something went on with Elder Scrolls. So I guess I'll have to see what the piss that is later by just looking at it. I've been playing so much Elder Scrolls Online lately, I kind of got burned out a little bit. I mean, I'll go back to it and play it again, but I kind of got burned out some because, I mean, one of the things is I haven't really taken the time to go and talk to some other friends of mine and get some parties up and going and running some dungeons and so on and so forth. Just kind of which is kind of aggravating because I would like to actually do that. I mean, I played with other people on there by accident of just running across one another but not actually making any parties. I think I was in like one party and it was like with one or two other people, but that was it. Okay, yeah, I gotta go in there. Wait a minute now. I'm kind of thinking a bit here that maybe before I go in there, maybe I should try to explore a little bit more. And so, holy shit. Oh yeah, this is the western, this, now there's a freaking sandstorm running through and it wasn't like that before. And the rest of my party isn't showing up around me, so what the hell? You know what, never mind. I'm not gonna worry about it. If need be, then I'll just have to run back and do it later, grind out some levels or something, or go to some other areas. Now I know that I'm running around here, I know that I got the speed set on 2 times the speed, but then again, I still walk slowly just so I can kind of survey the area a little bit more, seeing if there might be any treasure chests or something that might be sitting around. There's Balthier. What up, dog? Tell me about it. There'll be no looking back. Okay, what the hell? I'm just really ready to go.
This is the straw. Cheap airship enough for you?
The straw. You really are a sky pirate.
Well, the headhunters seem to think so. What's a good word? Is she ready?
Ooh! Frickin' Moogles.
So is she armed? How fast is she? Could you take the Ifrit?
I suppose I could tell you, but... wouldn't you rather see for yourself?
Yeah.
Fran, our course.
The shortest way is over Dorstonus.
How flies Bujeva?
Oh, she's free as can be, for now. The Empire took notice when they announced the princess's unfortunate suicide and your untimely execution.
If it becomes known that I'm alive, the Marquis will lose their favor.
Try to steer clear of such things. Right, it's time to fly. And no wagging tongues or you'll like to bite them off.
I'm coming, Vanilla.
One of the things that kind of gets to me is when people have gone and said that the story kind of reminds them of Star Wars, how it plays out. Like, obviously Fran is the female Chewbacca, but you understand what she's saying, and Balthier is
feeding, yes?
like Han Solo.
I have my brother. She eats well.
See that she does. We need her alive. Balthier's bait must be fresh.
I keep trying to tell you. I barely even know who Balthier is.
My brother! A message come from Ravenaster. The Strahl she set sail. She makes straight for the sky city of Bejerba.
Barely know, was it? Yet a Tracy goes bounding off for you. Tell me, how could that be?
That's what I'd like to know. I just met him that one time and that's
Does that sound never stop? What if we plucked it from your head? As for you, we need Balthier alive. His corpse fetches but half the bounty.
A tender beaten, my specialty.
There's no fun for it if we can't tease out a scream or two.
Where are you?
It's funny because it also, like, with the whole Star Wars thing, it's like, I guess maybe Vaughn would be